Hi, my name is Maddie. My pronouns are she, her, and I've been with Girls Rock Camp since I was a little kid. We're going to start figuring out and learning how to start to play the drums at home. Whether or not you have an instrument, you can play along with us. It's going to be fun. We're going to start off by just counting to 4. We're going to learn how to count along with the music that we're going to play. So, you could just start off by counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure you guys got that. So we're gonna add on just one more layer and make it just a little bit more complicated. We're gonna start clapping on 2 and 4. So it sounds like this. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've got that at home, then we can start to even incorporate our feet. We're going to start off 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to bring our knees in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can bring your hands in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that we've got the walking and the clapping down, we're going to throw in a little eighth note here and there. An eighth note is just a really quick beat. And don't worry, when I do it, you're going to see what I mean. So we're going to start off with our walking feet. We're just going to always start off with the bass. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can bring your hands in again. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to bring in my eighth note. So listen for the difference. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And you can even bring in more eighth notes if you want. So you go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. And you can always, if it gets too hard, just go back to your walking feet and just count. And then build back up from there once you feel comfortable with that. You don't have to rush into doing all this complicated, fancy stuff. It's going to be much easier if you feel solid with the things that you know you can do. And then from there, you don't even have to do the beats that I'm showing you. You can make up your own just based off of the counts that I've already showed you. So, you know, get the basics down, get your walking feet, get your counting, and then you can go crazy from there. So we're going to start moving on into talking about how to play drums with sticks. I know it's really exciting, but in order to ensure that we're going to be able to play for a long time, we want to establish good habits on being safe with our practice right from the beginning. So it's really important first, before you sit down and you start playing, that you take care of your body. So you're going to want to start by just doing some stretches and some warm-ups for your forearms, because once you start playing the drums, you'll definitely notice it's going to be a lot of strain on your wrists and on your forearms. One stretch that you can start out by doing is just we'll start with the right hand. You just put your right hand out, stop, and push the heel of your right hand out, so you'll start to feel like a little bit of like tension up through this tendon right here in your middle finger. And you're gonna just take your fingers and gently pull them towards your face. And just very gently, be careful, and just feel yourself opening up through your wrist and through your forearm. And you can even, if you want, you can start and you can go through your fingers and stretch individual tendons. So you go from your bit, like your pointer, middle finger, I really feel it in my middle finger, and then ring finger, you got your pinky, and then all the way back, and then just shake it out. Be nice though. Shake it out. And then, yeah, on the other hand, so you're gonna really make sure that you're pushing through that heel of your hand, so you're really getting that stretch, and you're gonna pull fingers back. You can do individual fingers. One, do all of them all together. and then just shake it out. Another really great exercise is to start to warm up your wrists, is to start with take 2 fists and you're going to put them flat together like this. And you're going to roll your fists in towards yourself, and you want to try to keep your wrists at some point in contact at all times. So you're going to start rolling your wrists out like so. It might take a little practice to get this one down, but you're really going to start rolling and feeling your forearms and your wrists warm up. You can always switch directions, go outwards. But essentially, you're moving your wrists like this in order to keep them together when you're going in circles. Another really great forearm exercise, with your hands together and your forearms together, and then just clap your hands. And you'll just do that until you start to feel a little bit of fire in your forearms, and then you'll know you're doing it right. So once we've prepared our bodies to play the drums, now we have to think about how we're going to hold our sticks. It's very important. So we're going to teach American grip, right? Okay, so what you're going to see a lot of different styles of holding sticks. What I learned first, and what a lot of people learn first, is American grip. And it's really easy. So you're just going to find that center of balance on your stick, right about here. So you're going to be able to find like where your stick can balance on your fingers. It's usually right below where the text is on your stick, about a thumbprint below there. And you want to start off by grabbing your stick between your thumb and the second knuckle on your pointer finger. What's the word for it? Let it wobble. Hold it loosely. There you go. You want to hold it loosely. You want to be able to like let it wobble and wiggle. And so you're going to start off with that, and do that with both of your hands, and just kind of get a feel for it, and let your sticks just kind of wobble around, see where they feel good in your hand. You're going to start off like this, and then in order to get your grip, you're going to loosely just wrap the rest of your fingers around the stick. And you don't want to grip it, not white knuckling it or anything. The key to playing fast is to actually have a lot of like openness and having your wrists relaxed. So that's where you want to start off, is just a loose grip where you're going to allow yourself and use your fingers to move your stick. You're going to have enough space that you can push the stick with your fingers, and you'll feel it like hitting the palm of your hand. And that's how you know you're playing it right. So you're going to start like this, but then in order to take your sticks to the drums, you're going to want to have your arms towards your sides, your elbows bent, and you're going to want to be able to have the back of your hand facing up towards the ceiling. So when you're getting ready to play the drums, one of my first teachers gave me a visual that really helped, was that if I put a quarter on your hand while you were waiting and not playing drums yet, that quarter should be able to just stay on there because it's flat. And that's how you want to keep your hands, that's how, like, the position you want to keep your wrists in while you're playing. So yeah. Just shake it out, practice it a couple times, shake your hands out, and just practice like getting a feel for how this is going to feel in your hands. We're going to finally start playing the drums. It's really important though that we establish some good posture beforehand, so make sure we're sitting up straight, we're holding our sticks correctly like I showed you, and we have our wrists relaxed, we've got our arms down by our sides, and we're going to start by just doing a little exercise called 8 on a hand. It's very simple. You're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so what you're going to notice while I'm doing that is that my wrists, my arms are staying stationary, and my hands and my wrists are isolated, and they are the ones moving in order to make the sound. So I'm not going like this, we're going like this. So you can alternate just getting a feel for like how it's supposed to feel when you're hitting the drum. You can just practice your 8 on a hand, and you can go as slow as you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you can even start to speed up. But only when you feel ready to start moving in that direction. So now that we're all warmed up, we've stretched, we know how to hold our sticks, we know how to hit the drum with our sticks, we can start getting into our rudiments. So our rudiments are basically just the building blocks for all of the rhythms that you're going to create in your musical career, basically. So they're just little tiny tools, little bits that you can do on the drums, which eventually you can string them all together and make some really cool sounds. So one of the first rudiments that I ever learned was a flam. So in order to play a flam, I'll show it to you first. It just sounds like this. And basically what you're doing is you're taking both of your sticks, you're dropping them at the same time, but one of your sticks is being dropped from a lower height than the other one. So it's basically just going to create a slightly more elongated sound. So it goes like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. So that's a flam. Another rudiment that is going to be really common is a 4-stroke roll. It's going to be the first drum roll you ever play, and it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can just practice that. You can start slow, and you can even start to speed up if you want to. So yeah, you can take that as slow or as fast as you want. Next, we're going to start getting into bouncing our sticks. So you can start by basically just letting your stick, holding it at that fulcrum point, that pointer finger and thumb hold that I showed you before, and you're just going to drop your stick and just notice how it bounces on your practice pad or on your drum or whatever you're practicing on. And you'll just notice that it bounces up, and it's gonna. So you can control that bounce, and you can catch it on, say, like the second bounce. So you could go. That control is gonna come from your fingers catching it, not from your arms. So you're not going. You're going. And that's something that once you feel it, you'll know that you have it right. So it's something you just kind of have to chip away at for a little while, and it'll come to you. So we're going to incorporate that 2 bounce, and we're going to practice a 5-stroke roll. So that sounds like right, right, left, left, right, or left, left, right, right, left. And you're going to do that bounce. So. And if you want, you can even like emphasize that last little tap at the end for a little bit of flavor. All right, so another rudiment that you could do, probably the last one we're going to go over, is a paradiddle. And this one is really fun because once you get it nailed down, like say on a snare or on a practice pad, you'll be able to use it like around your kit on different instruments. So it's really simple. It just goes right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And that's basically it. So you can speed it up, start it slow and like speed it up. Right, left, right, right, left, right. Or if you want to get creative with it, if say even you have like multiple surfaces in your house, you can go like see. So you can actually really get creative with it once, especially you get onto a drum kit or you find some other stuff to just bang on in your house. You can get really and do some really cool stuff with that one. So yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna do it for rudiments. So, and if you want to practice stuff like this at home, you don't really even need a drum. You don't even need sticks. So if you don't have anything at all, you can always practice like I showed you, like with your feet and just your hands on clapping and counting. And if you wanted to get comfortable using sticks, you can always order some online. But if you want, you can always go somewhere like Guitar Center, where you can actually hold the sticks, kind of feel which ones feel best in your hands, and kind of just see which ones speak to you. Another thing you might want to grab is a practice pad. They make ones that look like this. They make bigger ones. They make ones that look more like a drum. It's really up to your personal taste, how much space you have, and just like what you want to get. And you can find this stuff on Amazon. You can find it in a lot of music stores. You can find it on Lone Star Percussion. They have a really good supply of like percussion stuff. Yeah, and then the last thing is to get really comfortable with using a metronome. Metronomes are going to make sure that you're not speeding up or slowing down when you're counting, that you're staying steady. And you can find a metronome on your phone. You can download like a little app for one. If you Google a metronome, it'll literally come up like on the Google, and you can set like how fast you want it to go. And then you can always even just like search for one, like just on the internet. You can order one, super cheap little thing. So you've got lots of options there. So, regardless of what you have around your house, you can start to learn how to play the drums, even if you don't have some instruments lying around.